Okay, so this is exercise 5.5 and 5.6, question 21. In this question, we are told that there is 45,000 kilograms of corn, and each day we are picking out 2,500 kilograms of corn. We are told that it's modeled by this recurrence relationship, Sn plus 1 equals to Sn plus D, where S0 equals to A. But what does this mean? Now, this is very important. We're told that this is the amount of corn unpicked n days after picking. Which basically tells us that S0 here is actually after 0 days, which basically tells us that S0 is this 45,000. Okay, very important. S1 would mean 1 day after picking, which would make it 45,000 minus 2,500 after you've picked. Okay, in any case, let's try part A. So we're told to write down the values of D and A. So D here is simple. That's 2,500. But remember that we're taking this away from your initial. So it's minus 2,500 kilograms. We're asked to write out A as well. A here is your initial amount of 45,000 kilograms. So those two are the problem. B, how many kilograms of corn remain unpicked 5 days after picking commences? Now, before we attempt this, let's write down what this recurrence equation is first. So it's Sn plus 1 is equal to Sn minus 2,500, and S0 here is 45,000 kilograms. Now, if we want the corn unpicked after 5 days, it basically is asking us what is S5. Now we can use this recurrence relationship and put it into our calculator and generate a sequence which will tell us this answer. So using CAS, generate a sequence, and this is a sequence that we're going to be generating. Okay, in your UN, your UN field, you would put down, this is going to be equal to UN minus 1 minus 2,500, and for your initial term, we're going to write down S0, 45,000. Okay, then we're going to hit enter and it will generate a sequence. Now the sequence that you will see will look like this. Okay, I'll just write this by the side here, so you will be able to see in your table number 1 here, and that will give you some term. And let's just quickly draw this table, and I'll tell you what the table means. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now right up until 6. The first number that you will see here is 45,000, and after this you will see 4,500, and let me quickly write down the rest. It's 40,000. That's 37,500. That's 35,000. And finally, we have 32,500. Now, let me point out several things here, which are very, very important. This first term you see here, this first number you see here, actually represents S0. Remember? That's S0. This second number that you see here is S1. And it follows that this is S2, S3, S4, and this is S5. So don't be deceived. This here is not the answer. This fifth number is not the answer, because this is actually S4, because we're starting the whole sequence at S0. So that's not the number. This here is the number. That's S5. So we're going to write down here that S5 is actually 32,500. Remember, this is very important because the sequence is defined as unpicked n days after, which means we're starting at S0. That's your first term. Okay, so let's move on. Part C. How many days will it take to pick all of the sweet corn from the plants? Now, if you're looking for all of the sweet corn to be picked, then basically what would remain is 0 kilograms of corn. So we're looking back at your sequence here, and we're going to continue writing this. Sorry, we'll scroll down the sequence, and we're going to find when it's going to show 0. So if we continue looking down, you will eventually see 2 numbers, that being the 18th number in your sequence, that's 2500, and of course the 19th number here will be 0. Okay, now again, we're going to use our logic that we applied before here. This term that we see is actually S17. And finally, this is S18, which basically means that it takes 18 days to finish picking all the corn. So this is part C. We can write down using CAS. We can tell that S17 is actually 2500 and S18 is 0, which means that the corn will be completely picked after the 18th day. And that completes it. That's how to do question 21.